people really like Oppenheimer. I'm not saying I dislike it, but I think it's a wee bit overrated. Let me explain. So before you click off the video, I did really like Oppenheimer. It was very good. I saw it in the Glasgow Science Centre IMAX cinema, so it's the biggest cinema screen in Scotland. It was £12 for a ticket, which is £5 more than what I would normally pay for a cinema ticket, but I would say it was worth it. It was on a huge screen with great sound quality, the speakers were just fantastic and the screen was huge. The audience was very full, but there was a lot of old people in the cinema, which really surprised me. I don't know if they knew what they were in for, but yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be many old people there. There are many good things about Oppenheimer, and I do think that the fact that the film is 95% dialogue and yet it still keeps your attention the whole time is incredible. Obviously the film is directed by Christopher Nolan, who's known worldwide. He's got so many big films such as Inception, The Dark Knight, Tenet, Memento, so obviously fans of his other works, like what I just said, are going to go and see Oppenheimer. What an insane cast this film has, with actors like Cillian Murphy, Rami Malek, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh. How did I forget to mention Matt Damon? It just gets better and better. I also forgot to mention the Benny Safdie cameo, which, what? So I can't mention the cast and not talk about how good the performances were, because the acting in this is absolutely insane. Insane cast, insane acting. It's just, all the actors fit their role so well and they performed it incredibly, so I reckon this film is definitely going to sweep the Oscars this year. I literally can't say anything in this video that's not already been said. The sound design is amazing, the set design is amazing, the editing is amazing. Like, stuff is very good. It's just, I don't know, there's something just missing. Don't hate me for this, but I feel like the thing that's missing is the enjoyability aspect. Of course everyone wants a good film, what they can call a masterpiece, but also people want enjoyability in it. If you take for example my favourite film, we'll go off topic for 30 seconds here, but my favourite film is considered a masterpiece by many people, Fallen Angels. It has many great aspects like the writing, the cinematography, the acting and the overall vibe, but it's also incredibly enjoyable, which is why it's one of my favourites. Anyways, back to Oppenheimer. I'll say it again, but despite this film being 95% dialogue, it keeps your attention incredibly well. It actually creates a lot of tension in some scenes, which is just very good considering there's no action needed, it's just all dialogue. I think that just proves how talented Christopher Nolan is and what he can do with limited space and no action and just people. I also need to mention the insanely good soundtrack. Oh my goodness, the music was amazing. The music was used so well, it was used in every scene and I actually really liked that. Like, there was barely a scene that had no music, and I think it just worked extremely well for the film because the music was very good. Next up, I've got some quick thoughts on the explosions and the fire shots. Wow, they were very nice, very fitting, looked great, sounded great. They worked very well. They were edited very good too, like this, bang. Of course, this film is based on real events that actually did happen during World War II, and I'm not a big history guy, so I don't know how historically accurate these were, but I think it did a good job capturing the time period perfectly, and the costume design for the time period was very good. The dialogue for the time was also very good. But yeah, I don't know how historically accurate it was, but it seemed historically accurate to me, so it's good enough for me. I did briefly touch on earlier how I was saying about the film being 95% dialogue, but yeah, there's still been some intense scenes, and I think this works very well in the office-based scenes in the interrogation, because there was this one scene in particular that I'm thinking of, no spoilers by the way, but there's this one scene that was the room got lighter and lighter, and the use of lighting in it was just very good. It was the more questions and the more pressure that was put on Robert Oppenheimer, the lighter the scene got, until it got so light you couldn't see anything, and it was static noise and very loud music. It was very tense and it worked incredibly well. Another incredible scene, probably this is my favourite scene in the film, was the stomping scene. When Robert Oppenheimer is walking into his audience of people stomping, and it's just so much for him to take in, because obviously he's built an atomic bomb which is going to destroy so many lives but also save American lives. So it's like a conflict of himself. But all this stomping, it was getting so much, it was getting louder and louder and louder. The sound design was just incredible. And then there was the bit, spoiler here, where a girl's skin like flew off of her face as if the atomic bomb had exploded in the room. And again, the use of lighting, it went very, very bright in this scene, and her skin's like hanging off her face. It was, wow, it stuck with me. But yeah, that was definitely my favourite scene in the entire film, that stomping scene. It just stuck with me. I wish I could find the stomping scene in the trailer to show you what I mean if you don't know, but unfortunately I can't, and I can't get copyrighted for taking it illegally. So yeah. But that is my thoughts on Oppenheimer. So, did I like it? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Somewhat. Is it good? Yes. And is it worth a watch? Yes. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.